race fans, let's talk a little modified action. Of course, we weren't here last week, so let's get caught up on that. Let's talk a little Ryan's recap, and then we're going to get to this week's power rankings, a little shake up there, so stay tuned. So let's get to a few guys that have multiple wins over the past couple weeks, and let's start with Johnny Broken here. Back-to-back wins over at the Grand Rapids Speedway, including he ran his dad's car here this past weekend, and he was just as fast, if not faster in that one than he was in his own. And then he actually went and he didn't win one of the Advantage RV Mod Tour races, but he locked up the Advantage RV Mod Tour Championship. Tip of the cap, congratulations, Johnny Broking. Starting to get faster here, coming into the right time of year, so hopefully he can carry that momentum into invitational time. Now, Don Eichens, how about this one? Last week he won at the KRA Speedway. This week he won at the Granite City Motor Park. That's 7 on the year for the Iceman, Don Eichens in 9E. Brandon Kopp, the rookie, absolutely been lights out. Last week a win at the SK Speedway. This week a win over at the ABC Raceway in Ashland and at the Helperline Speedway in Proctor. 3 wins in the last 2 weeks. Brandon Kopp at 13 on the year. I believe that's tied for the most in Wissota modified racing. Ward Emery, a perennial powerhouse. Here's a guy right here that is just unfortunate with the stupid border closing. This guy is always in the conversation for a national championship, but a pair of wins last week up at his home track, the Victory Lane Speedway in Winnipeg, Manitoba. And if them borders open up, he's going to come down and win some races. He's got to be really, really hungry right now. Now, Tyler Peterson, the one TPO. Last week, he had a pair of wins. One over at the Greenbush Race Park. One over at the home of the Chicken Shack in Bemidji. 10 on the year for the one TPO, putting together a hell of a season. Kind of had a disappointing weekend this past weekend for him. Kind of went in as the favorite, come out of it in second, but still put together a hell of a series, and he's going to be fun to watch the rest of the way. Here's another guy that's quietly creeping into the conversation, Superman, Mike Stearns. Last week, he won Miller. This week, he won Miller day 1, got second on day 2 of the doubleheader, led it, and the young gun Ryan Gerke snuck by him, and then he won the Advantage RV Mod Tour finale at the Casino Speedway. 3 wins in the last 2 weeks for Superman, 8 on the year. Keep an eye on Mike Stearns. He can shake things up here before the year's done. Let's head up north of the border. First win of the year. In fact, Brady Call, his first win, I guess, north of the border. He does have one before this, but congratulations to the 50 up in Emo in Cedar Lake Speedway. How about this guy here? Good old Hensel, Adam Hensel, his first win, I believe, since 2019. Congratulations, Hensel. Fun to see him back at Victory Lane. And I think Ashley Anderson got second. Not that he's any good, but you hold off Ashley Anderson for a win, you're doing something right. Emo Speedway, Blake Ferris, first career modified A-Main. Now, somebody help me out here. I don't know this. I tried looking on Facebook. Is this Greg Ferris's kid? Greg Ferris, of course, was a legend up there. He won a bunch of races. He used to come down to my home track in Hibbing, race there a bunch. One of the good guys in racing. I remember being in a Mopar. I think Blake might be his kid. I'm not 100% positive, but tip of the cap to you, young man. Congratulations on parking it at Victory Lane. Now, let's head over to the Hibbing Raceway. First win of his career at Hibbing. He's got some wins over at the Grand Rapids Speedway. Corey Sersha parking in Victory Lane. I used to park next to this guy, so that's pretty cool. Great to see the 21 in Victory Lane. He's been trying for a long time. He's been very close over there in Hibbing. There's some good cars. Car counts are a little light, but I tell you what, you look at modified racing, car counts are light everywhere. But getting that win at Hibbing, that feels really good for him. Congratulations on that, and hopefully he can get a few more before the season's done. Rice Lake Speedway, Superman, Steve Hallquist. How about this? His first win since 2018. I used to race supers against this guy. He's been doing it for a long time. Just a super good guy. Great to see Hallquist back in Victory Lane. Bemidji Speedway, home of the Chicken Shack. Lance Schilling, his first of the year over there. Congratulations to him up in northern Minnesota. Now, Brown County Speedway over in Aberdeen this past week. Not this week, but the week before. It's showtime. Kent Arment. He doubled up on the night, not only winning the Mod feature, but the late model feature as well. Great night over there for Kent Arment. Fiesta City Speedway, the young gun Tyler Cater, elbows up and cruising on the high side, actually drove away from the 7A, which is not extremely easy to do. His first win of the year, kinda, right? Because he won one at Ogilvy. In my mind, he got robbed. It is what it is. But the fact is, he parked in Victory Lane. That had to feel pretty good. When you drive away from the 7A, I don't care if he's off his game a little bit or not. That's tough to do all the time. Great win for Tyler Cater. Greenbush Race Park, Shane Wall, he got his second of the year up in northern Minnesota. And let's head over to the big old Ogilvy Raceway, the North Shore Nightmare, Jody Belfant. He punched his ticket to the Afro Race of Champions, and I am really, really hoping that he goes to Fergus because he'd be good there. He's a smooth ride. That's a track that would be right to his liking. I think he would like going there better than Cedar Lake. So I'm really hoping to see Belfant in the Race of Champions at Fergus. Viking Speedway, Josh Tennis, back-to-back wins. A couple weeks off in between there, but he's got 2 in a row on the high-flying half mile in his home track in Alexandria. In the Victory Lane Speedway, the other guy that won, see, last weekend, both of them went to Ward Emery, but that other guy up there that's really fast, Scott Greer, his third of the year up there, congratulations to him. Now, here's another guy. You want to talk about fast? How about this guy here, I-94 Sure Step Speedway, Dan Ebert parked at Victory Lane. He had the Advanced Derby Mod Tour there on Friday night. His third tour win. I think he only raced 5. He's got 3 wins, a second, and a DNF. That 60 car, if he wasn't focusing on USMPS racing, there'd be a lot of unhappy people in Minnesota racing right now because he'd be getting a bunch of wins. Mod racing over at the Eagle Valley Speedway. Mike Truscott from Row 3, his second of the year. Kind of an interesting season for him. He's kind of focusing mostly on his home track there in Jimtown. Not racing as much as I thought, but another nice victory for Truscott. Fiesta City Speedway this weekend. 4th of the year for the Montevideo Madman, Matt Gilbertson, parking the 23 in Victory Lane in Monty. And then the Gondik Lost Speedway. Quite the eventful race. But at the end of it all, Danny Vang, he parked it in Victory Lane, his third of the year. Little side note on this one, in case you missed the One to Go show and you live under a rock and you haven't heard about it yet, a little bit of drama in this one. There was an incident between Shane Sobraski and another guy. That guy turned around. You make the call, jump onto Dirt Race Central. Maybe a little bit of a questionable call. Belfant and Speedway got together. Some post-green flag antics with Speedway driving into the side of his car. A little bit of retaliation there. No love lost between those two. Things could be interesting at the Gondik Lost Speedway this Friday. Let's see if some magic happens, or let's see if there's an all-out war between the FDs and the Belfants. It's good. It's must-see TV. You got to get there. Miller Central Speedway. Hard to believe. It's only this guy's second of the year. They had the Advantage RV Mod Tour there on Saturday night. They went Friday, Saturday. Friday went to Mike Stearns. But Ryan Berkey, Mullet Nation, drove by Stearns. Actually, he was charging on the high side. He was kind of one lane on the bottom. And might have been a little bit of contact, but you do what you got to do to win a race like that. But second on the year, he's been extremely fast. I'm astonished that he only has 2. But the eye test says he's going to win some more because he can flat out hustle a race car. Now, the Red Cedar Speedway over in Menominee, Ashley Anderson put on an absolute clinic again. His 10th of the year from row 4. The 81, I don't know. I mean, you take Jimmy Mars, a couple of them guys out of the equation. Other than them, I don't know if there's anybody that gets around that place. In fact, he might be as good as Jimmy Mars around the Red Cedar Speedway. He can flat out fly in Menominee. SK Speedway, 5th win of the year for Andy Carl over at SK. Now, let's be honest, they had 2 cars. Okay, they had 2 cars. Nothing against him, but, is he just going to pretty soon say, screw this, I'm going to go race some IMCA stuff? SK Speedway's got to rethink what they got going on. I mean, their car counts are abysmal. There's too many Friday night tracks in the area. Nobody wants to be on a Sunday. I get it. But I promise you that if they switch to Sunday or if they switch to Thursday, their car counts are going up. Plain and simple, because there are some people over there that would like to race a little bit more to be in contention for a national championship. Steve Caston calling you out. Dude, swallow your pride, switch your nights, and get some more cars over to the SK Speedway. So with that said, that leads us into the August 19th edition of the BuyRaceShirts.com One to Go Show modified power rankings. At number 10, Kevin Fuzzy Adams. Yep, I dropped him to 10. Why? He ain't raced since July 31st. Okay, now I kept him in the top 10 because when he does, you know it. He's up front, plain and simple. 12 shows, 8 podiums, 7 wins. Absolutely dominant. Okay, now here's the deal. Kids come first. He's played his course. He's not as hungry as he once was. But when he races, I'm telling you, he is worth the price of admission. Number 9, Mike Anderson. Not flashy, consistent, solid. 7 wins on the year, putting together a fairly nice season. Looking at his podiums here, he's got 15 of those, right? So, I mean, he's been solid. He's been good. I said at the beginning of the year, I see him get double-digit feature wins. I still believe that's going to be the case. When you got Ashley Anderson you're running against every week, it's tough, man. It really is. And then you got Buzzy when he comes in. You know, them guys are good, right? You know, Mike Anderson's solid, but he's not that dominant guy, but he's always in the conversation. At number 8, Superman, Mike Stearns. He's been absolutely extremely fast. He is heating up. Second and first in the 2 RV shows over the past weekend. 11 of the last 14 in the top 2. Impressive. 8 wins on the year. Stearns at number 8. At number 7, Dan Ebert. A light Minnesota schedule due to his USMTS commitments is the only reason he's not higher. Okay, plain and simple. In 5 RV shows, 3 wins, a second in a DNF. He also won the Bob Durkee Memorial Race over at the I-94 Sure Step Speedway. Now, I know the USMTS schedule conflicts with some end-of-the-year invitationals, but I promise you, the ones that he's at, he'll be a contender. He always is. Number 6, Brandon Kopp. The rookie standout is tied right now for the most WISSOTA wins at 13. That's impressive. That is absolutely impressive. His focus has been the local shows, right? He didn't follow the series. He didn't follow that, okay? He's running local shows. Nothing wrong with supporting your local tracks. He's run some regular shows. He's raced a lot of shows. He's getting continuously better. Say all you want. Don't sleep on the 22. Come invite time, he's going to be fast. Number 5, Shane Sobraski. Kind of feel bad sliding into 5th, but I'm going to be honest, he just ain't been that fast. It's Shane Sobraski. He's good. He's probably one of the best drivers out there, but he ain't been that fast, right? He's not winning like we expected. He has 14 total wins. But folks, that's in 52 shows, okay? Kopp has 45 shows. Now, I said 14 because one of those is at Cedar Lake, okay? So he's got 13 WISSOTA wins, but 45 shows for Kopp to get 13, and Sobraski has 14 and 52, okay? So his numbers are no better. People are like, well, he races against more competition. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. He dropped off the RV tour, right? He kind of picked and chose. He kind of cherry-picked a little bit and went to nothing against those guys, but he did the Western Minnesota run against 6-8 cars for a couple of weeks to run both cars. It's not that much of a difference looking at him and Kopp. I don't really think he's any faster than Kopp, but it's Shane Sobraski, so he's in the top 5 because he's one of the best to ever strap in. But there's something wrong with that car. I just don't know what it is. Like, I talked to him after he drove the Win 1B name car of Hot Carl's, and he's like, this car felt really good. Could we see a switch? Will he be transitioning out of a lethal? I don't know. He can't be happy with the car right now. He's at 5. He's leading the national points. He's in probably the best position to win it, despite of not a great season. A lot of times he's there, but he's just not having a lights out season. but he's still probably the favorite to win the national championship. Number 4, the 1 TPO, Tyler Peterson. Flashy, fun to watch. This cat's exciting. Him and Buzzy are my 2 favorite to watch. Shane Sobraski is extremely good, but he's ball, right? He's smooth, he's steady. He's not a slide jobber. He's just not that guy. Tyler Peterson is. I would buy a ticket to go to the race to watch Tyler Peterson. He's that good. He's fun to watch. Disappointing, he did. He was coming in kind of expecting to win the Advantage RV Mod Tour. It didn't work out. It is what it is. Lots of variables in there. Things happen, but still putting together a hell of a season. And I bet he's going to be extra motivated to park at Victory Lane here this week. Number 3, Johnny Broking. I slid him ahead. Why? Because he has a couple marquee wins. Not quite as many wins, right? But he's at double-digit wins right now. The 2021 Advantage RV Mod Tour champion, 3 wins on the tour, okay? And he got second at the finale. So he's got a couple really, really quality wins. He's been quicker as of late. I'm literally like, where has this guy been all year long? But over the last month, they're starting to get a little faster. I don't think he's dominant. I don't think he's that guy. But the car is definitely faster, and I expect him to be a contender come invite time. Number 2, Jody Belfant. Here's the deal. Let's see how this drama with the SD ordeal, let's see how that all plays out, right? Because I'm telling you, something starts playing like that, you start not thinking straight, okay? Let's see if he can just focus on winning races. And when the money shows come, he's always a contender, right? He's been extremely good at the money shows. Looking at this year, he's got wins over at the Border Battle, and, he's been good. He's been extremely solid. And another win this week at Ogilvy. He punched his ticket to the race of champion. I just think the next guy, if you put him head-to-head, is a little bit faster. Not much, but a little bit. So at number 1, Ashley Anderson. Other than 2 shows mid-July, I don't know what the heck. We all have. Everybody has a bad show. They had 2 nights where I'm like, what the heck was that, right? He hasn't been off the podium other than those 2 shows all year long. And really, he owned Belfast at the 444 Memorial for Tanner Byholm. He drove away from him. Remember, they split at the Border Battle. They each got a first and second. But when they went to Ashland the last time they were head-to-head, Ashley Anderson thumped him, okay? I'm super excited to see these 2 face off. I expect to see them both at the Silver. I expect to see them both at the Russ Larson Classic Northern Nationals. I don't know where Belfast will go for the 100, probably Fergus, but I would expect to see them maybe at the Red Cedar Speedway. It's tough to beat Ashley Anderson there, but it's going to be, I'm pretty sure they'll both be back at ABC Raceway for the Red Clay Classic. So all these guys in contender, there's nobody that really stands way out. But, man, when you look at the season that Ashley Anderson has put together, very little blemishes on it. That puts him at number 1 right now in the BuyRacers.com 1 to Go Show modified power ranking.